New Zealand, they speak English.
Yeah, but then it's...
But I think it's interesting to...
Hey, all right. I didn't tell you what my attention signal is, so when I clap twice, I want you to snap twice. Good. Now, I have fifth graders that can't snap, and I just say it's okay to say snap, snap. And pretty soon nobody can snap anymore. That's just what they say. Snap, snap. Kind of a nice little attention getter. You guys have probably learned that in some of your management classes too. You could turn off and on the lights. You could have a bell. And that crap's always on the other side of the room where I'm at, so I've always got my clappers with me. Another one I like to use is signals up, and that's kind of quiet. Now with that one, of course, I know probably high school Spanish probably isn't going to really care for that one too much, but it's nice to get that attention. So what we're going to get into right now is we're going to jump into the math piece a little bit. I want to give you a couple of management strategies for that. And so what I'm going to have you do is that paper that I just gave you with their agenda, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. And what you're going to do is I start off every math session with the problem of the day. And what I'm going to do is this. Here's a great way for engagement. If a problem is up there, you kids are just going to sit there. Well, it's probably going to be there all day. I don't really need to get started right now. But as soon as I say this, it's only up for 30 seconds. And what you're going to do in that 30 seconds is you're going to jot down the important information. Now, one of the things I've learned is that my kiddos, the less math skilled they are, the more they write the problem word for word. Because now I don't have to do the math because I'm trying to copy the problem down. I'm still impressed that they're doing something because they know with me they've got to get something down. And it's not going to be on paper with them. I like the individual whiteboards and markers. It's a great way to have an engagement piece. Your principal walks in. All right, how do you know your kids are on task? Well, they got their whiteboards out. And I can get on them too because, hey, are you drawing? Because now that's a toy, not a tool. So here you go. And I had ones get materials, I have you get paper. I'm just going to have you use the back of it. 30 seconds. Then I'll let you off a little bit because, no, I'm not. You got 30 seconds. Here you go. Good. I see people jotting down that important information. About 5 seconds left. Doesn't have to be solved. You're just getting down the important information. And time. Now, this is where I let you off the hook. Now I'm going to show it to you one sentence at a time. This is a nice way to help your kiddos with story problems. Because kids read the whole thing, they don't know what to do. Take it one sentence at a time.
It's 10-20.
Dr. Cho has 25 bills worth $300. Okay?
I got that.
So some important information. I'll have kids that will start to go, hey, well, I'm going to need 25 circles. Okay, that's a good way. That's a decent strategy. 25 circles. He's got 5s, 10s, $20 bills. How many of each type could he have if he has exactly 10 $20 bills? And at least 9 $5 bills. You may work with your elbow partner. I'm picking on elbow partners, it's just easier today. A lot of times I'll make sure I change it up with face or elbows. But hey, I should hear people talking, because this isn't a test. This is people talking about their thinking. Okay, go ahead and go. Take a few minutes. And if you don't have any notes down, your board better match mine.
Okay, so this is one combination you can have. So the 5s have to be an even number because the rest of the bills have to be $10 bills, and if you have an odd number of 5s, then the last is a 5.
Okay, I got the same thing as you did.
Yeah, so then you can only do it until so how many 5s could go? So there's 20. You can have 10, 12, all the way until 20, and you can do evens with that way. So then how many evens are between 10 and 20 is how many combinations that there are.
I'm very confused.
Yeah. Okay. So because you can always change it, like with incrementing this. So then this can be 12 now, and then you can make it to 14, and then 16, 18 until 20. Because when there's 20,
But we only have 25 bills.
there's only 25 bills. Oh, okay. So then it's just this one.
I'm hearing lots of teachers in the room.
But there's different combinations.
There's different combinations if it doesn't limit you on
If it doesn't
bills.
limit you on your bills, but if it does, then, that's so sad.
You guys get a solution?
Don't look at my paper. It probably makes no sense.
Here we go, about 10 more seconds.
It has to be 25 bills exactly. Wait, did it say at least 25 bills?
Yeah. No,
25 bills.
at least 9 bills.
Or no, as in like total. Does
It had to
at-
be 20.
25.
like exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
Here's the problem up again. If you need it, make sure to check all the rules.
oh, that is true. 25. Oops.
How many bills did the problem give us?
11. Or
19. Gave us 19. How many are we supposed to have in the end?
25.
25. So how many bills are available? 6. We got 6 bills available. Okay. How much money did they give us in the problem? 245. How much are we supposed to get to?
300.
300. So what's left?
55.
So we got 55. So we got 6 bills to make $55. Now, this is where it's kind of fun to get into discussion because we're going to stop there with the problems. There's other stuff I want to show you. But this is where kids point out at least 9. And then you'll have a kiddo that'll point it out. That means you can have more. At least means, and this is the kind of language that they need. This is that vocabulary that they need. Because some kids will get hung up on that. Well, they only have 9. So, with 6 bills, like I said, so we have 6 bills left. We can do 5 tens. That'll give us $50. And one more $5 bill. Is that what you guys got?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. You pass. Good luck getting jobs. We'll see you guys later. Now let's move on. Okay, so what I want to show you guys now, we're going to kind of skip that. But what you really want to go with is point out the dialogue that you hear with kids. So I heard some people saying, hey, at least 9. That's working together, and that's what you need. Those 4s, they're not always straggling. Sometimes they'll catch that. But they're the ones that need to hear that more. When they got that problem, that dialogue between partner next to them, the dialogue that you have in your groups right now is far more than what I can give you one at a time. I can't talk and meet every single one of your needs. But when you've got your partners and you've got teams and you've got kids knowing that they're teachers in this classroom too, and you've got kids that are learners that are saying, hey, I'm the best teacher I'll ever have, that means I have to listen to this person next to me, and I've got to help them get along. So that's kind of a problem too. I don't really like this person next to me, so now we got a bigger issue to deal with. That's where you say, how many teachers are in here? Even that person next to you can help you. Okay, so what I want to show you, let's see if we can get to this because I want to wrap this up for you guys. This problem of the day isn't necessarily the core focus of the day. Like any math test that they take, the standardized math test, it's not just fractions, it's not just geometry, it's not just data, it's not just measurement, it's all of that. And so we got to throw that at kids all the time. Because if you want proficiency, you can't just do 6 weeks of fractions, 6 weeks of place value. And they did 6 weeks of place value back at the beginning of the year. And now here it is, April. Crap, my kids don't know it for the test. Well, you got to keep cycling back. This is great for that. Problem of the day does that very well. Quick pace of getting things jotted down. The kiddos that are reluctant to do it, and I'm still battling. Every time I say that, I still have one of my 5th graders' faces just jump right on my head. Yeah, that's me. You got to be on my butt every day, Mr. Lemley. Still, yeah, I'm ready for him to go to 6th grade. But you got to have that expectation. Get something down. And if they're really struggling, make your board match mine. So I'll give people a head start, and I'll get it down. Make yours match mine. That's when I can get on them. You can't tell me, I don't know. It's right there. Write it down. Because then I can help you step by step. There's another piece too. If a kid says, I don't know what to do, I just don't get it. No, you got to tell me where you don't get it. The kid just throws their hands up, I don't get it. Well, I just barely set the paper down, and you just saw a bunch of words, and your brain goes, I don't get it. No, you got to read, you got to try. Where don't you get it? That way I can help you better. Quick pace. Okay, so I want to show you how WY-TOPP works for me. Since it's new this year, or new in last year or two, one of the things that's cool about WY-TOPP is they do offer modules. And what that is it's like 10 questions. And they're separated into strands, the math strands and language arts strands. So they have fractions, they have geometry, they have algebraic thinking, and they have number and operations based 10. And they'll have 3 modules in each of those. So, and you can assign those to your kids anytime. What I'm going to show you is the geometry module that I had my kids do back in October. And that was just 9 problems. And then I had them do it again a month later after some teaching. So let me show you how that piece worked. Okay. So can I have, I don't think I picked on 3s yet. 3s, would you come up and grab some materials for your teams, please? Just kind of got them laid out already right there. You bet.
Here, I have more than
You got some multiple ones?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So these 4 problems that are on this page, these are straight from, well, I can't take them straight from the module, but I can change them up. So that's exactly what I did. Now you'll hear that argument, but you're teaching to the test. Well, yes. You don't send a basketball team into a ball game practicing soccer. You got to give them what they're going to do, what they need to do. So my original plan was to have you guys do 1s do problem number 1, 2s do problem number 2, 3s do problem number 3, and 4s do number 4. And that's a nice way to do that. You know, get your groups going, and then what I would do is have, all right, 1s, you guys all go to that back corner and see if you got the right answer, or you got the same answer. 2's the same. But for time's sake, we're not going to go there. What I do want to do is I want to jump into some kind of mnemonics that you could use. So for some of you, they're going to be math teachers, going to be elementary teachers. So the first one is show 3 different ways to convert meters to millimeters. Now that I think about this, there's a mnemonic device. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And that's just to remember. Does anybody know that one? Kilometers. Very good. Now, 5th graders cannot memorize kilometer, hecta, deca. And what's funny is dam shows up. What's dam? Oh, okay. It's a word in there, but they can remember King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Because then what they can do is they line that up, and they can see which way that the decimal moves. So, please. Yeah. Thank you. You're awesome. All right, here it is. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Okay. Yeah. What they want us to do is they want us to convert 7 meters to millimeters. Meters is right here. And my kids know this. Put the decimal right there. Which direction is it going to go? It's going to go this way. How many times does that decimal move? 1, 2, 3. So on 7 meters, that decimal is going 1, 2, 3. start off day one, kids, you need to times it by 1,000 and you'll get what you need. They don't pass that. They get this. How many times did I move that decimal? Where did I start? Sometimes I have to move backwards to kilometers. I got to go the other way. Drink from the fire hose here. I want to show you real quickly how to help kids with equilaterals, isosceles, and scaling. Equilateral starts with E. Draw capital E. How many parallel lines do you see? How many equal sides and angles does equilateral have? 3. Any ideas for isosceles, what we could do to help kids with a shortcut? What about the letter I? How many parallel lines do you see?
2.
Circle them. What do you know about isosceles? 2 congruent sides. Scaling. How many parallel lines? None. Scaling triangle has no congruent sides. Wouldn't this have been nice to know a little while back?
Yeah.
I still have kids that don't know how to say isosceles, but they sure know what it means.
No, it's this
We're not going to put that on the spelling test. That's a crazy word.
This is terrible.
On the geometry module I told you about, I don't have time to show you. Kids blew this through the roof. The pre-test, none of them get it. Some teaching afterwards, the data showed me, hey, they need help with this. We did some whole group, we did some small group. Out of 27, probably had 24 that got it now. Coordinate grids. Okay, go ahead, draw a number grid, plot 3, 5. Here's your coordinate grid. What game is that? Battleship.
I usually just put that in there.
Okay,
Thought of it as
here's a way to help your kids remember this. Crawl before you jump. First number tells you how far to go over the side. Second number tells you how far to go up. I heard another teacher say that's how far you got to move the ladder before you can stand it up and crawl to where you need to go. Those memory devices are powerful. Yeah, our chemistry teacher isn't too fond of me when he still has kids saying King Henry doesn't usually drink, or the alligator eats the bigger number. But you know what? If they remember that, okay, you know greater than less than. Use those. Who's going to benefit the most? 4s, but guess what? So does everybody else. So 3, 5. Go over 3. 1, 2, 3. I'd like to go up 5, but I can't on this one. I need to draw a little bit more. Over 3, up 5. The last one. There's 3 different dimensions that have a volume of 24. Finding volume. Well, the kids know there's 3 numbers. Length, width, and height. What do you think they forget to do? Remember what they're supposed to do with those numbers. It's times everything. Times it all. I'll give you guys this sheet here in just a second, but I do want to show you. So as kids would do this, then we get into the next part where we do some practice. And I want you to take a look at these acronyms. And I write this on my whiteboard. Am I doing that right? Oh, there you go. So I do these are on my smartboard. I'll put OMG right here and an OMG squared. Because then the kids can pick their own challenge. What we're after is this. I want all my kids to be able to do the OMG. My fast kids will get down to this one too, OMG squared. When they're finished, go to the back of the room and compare with people that have the same. People that are still in their seats. They're struggling. They need my help. So, the oh my gosh is I'd have kids still. What is the acronym? King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And we say it 5,000 times a day like a nursery rhyme. There's a reason why we know the language we know. OMG squared. Use the acronym to show how many millimeters are in 3 kilometers. And then training kids, okay, which way does that decimal go? You notice how here OMG steps it up a notch. This is what WY-TOPP does. Steps it up a notch. That rigor is up. How do you use the first letter of the following triangle types to remember what they mean? Equilateral, isosceles, scaly. OMG, step it up a notch. Draw an example of each. And that's what we show the kids. Okay, well, yeah, mine's not perfect, but here's how you know. Equilateral. Mine's not perfect, but here's how you know. They get that. Mine's not perfect, but here's how you know. Here's where they turn it up a notch for the coordinate grid. Draw a numbered coordinate grid and plot the points. 1, 2, 1, 4, and 5, 2. It's basically 3 points of a rectangle. Here's where they turn it up a notch. What's the coordinate pair that will form a rectangle in the grid? Plot it and draw it. So they'll put that last one up there, and they'll list it. And this is where that formative assessment comes in. Did they write it in the right order? Because if they didn't, then I need to help them. Crawl before you jump. OMG, how do you find volume? Okay, 4s, 3s, or 2s, I forget. Times everything. Here's where they turn it up a notch for WY-TOPP. List the dimensions of 2 different volumes that have a combined volume of 40. See how that's turned up a notch? That it's not just, oh, you'll have your kid that, you'll have your 1. This is a mistake of your 1s. Oh, there's 4, there's 10, and there's 1. 4 times 10 times 1 equals 40. Very good, but that's wrong. Why? 2 different volumes that have a combined. So they want the kids to draw it, so they've got to add it. So if I change this to 5, and then I do this by 10 times 2 times 1, now I've got it. Here, this one's 20 and this one's 20. 2 different volumes combined to 40 inches cubed. I know somebody had to take off pretty quick. Who was that? You got to slip out?
Yeah.
You go ahead. Hey, you're so welcome. And, you know, Jessica has my email. We're going to wrap up here. Oh, I want to back up a little bit. Here's something I want you guys, here's another piece to help you with metacognition with your students. When they're doing problems, I'll say, show me your comfort meters. And what that means is this. Here's your thumb. Thumb means I've got it and I can teach somebody. Here, I'm getting close. If I get a few more practices, I'll have it. Here, it's blowing me away. And it can be anywhere in the middle. Have kids do that. What's your comfort meters? Where are you at with this? You have kids here. All right, let's do a couple more. Here, I can teach somebody. I can teach it better than the teacher. Well, they'd love to hear that one. Okay. With that, the last 10 minutes was pure fire hose, and I'm sorry. I hope that you guys have got some stuff that you can take with you. The biggest things I want you to take with you is have all your kids know that everyone is a teacher. Have your kids know that they're the best teacher they'll ever have. Because right now, you're living proof of that. All of your accomplishments, you've done it. You're doing it. So with that, Jessica has my email. You guys, any questions that Jessica can't answer, because I know he's just a college professor. He doesn't have very many answers. But, so yeah. So I know it's kind of one of those, crap, I didn't even know if you were speaking English, but gotcha. But thank you guys so much for your attention and for your hard work. And good luck in the future.
Okay, so thank you so much again for participating. So this is a part of your test 3. Okay, so I will ask you some reflection, kind of like small writing for this class. So other than that, and have a good evening, and we'll see you next week. Okay? So I will send you an email about some reflection parts.